Hello everybody, welcome to Snyder's Inc. And today we got another tough video, and this one is the dangerous world of Tinder criminals. Now, I'm on Tinder, but I don't talk to a human soul on that thing. I probably will delete it soon anyways. But we're gonna see, the weird people that are on Tinder. Let's go take a look. Ladies and gentlemen, I need you all to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, comment what you think down below. Let's go.
In 2022, online dating apps have completely taken over and are actually one of the top ways couples meet each other. However, not everything goes as planned. Sadly, there have been many extreme cases when meeting people online, and Tinder will be our main focus today. In this video, we'll be talking about the dangerous world of Tinder criminals. If you guys want to see the other videos in this series, make sure to check out the playlist at the top right after this video. And please make sure to remain safe when meeting someone from the internet. I hope this video raises awareness. Anyway, sit back, relax, and enjoy.
My level of caution when meeting people is go in. I never will meet them privately. I will never go to a girl's house right the first time. I will always meet them in public, because if I get the vibe that I don't fully trust the person, I can dip out. There's smart ways to do dating still. I don't know when dating became such a thing where people are so reckless when doing it, but you gotta be. There's safe ways to do meeting people.
Enjoy the video. If you guys watch my videos and you don't have a plate of food in front of you, that's mad disrespectful. If you're gonna watch one of my videos, you gotta be munching on something. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna be talking about the dangerous world of Tinder criminals. Nah, but for real, go get some food. You don't have to if you don't want to. You don't have to if you don't want to. You guys like my watch? Look at that. Yeah, my first Richard Mille. The day that this video is uploaded, we are doing a giveaway on the Earl Doesn't Exist Instagram page. It's at Earl Doesn't Exist, and all you have to do is reshare on your story and follow the page. So if you want to win a giveaway, make sure to go check it out. Speaking of that, there will be 3 hidden codes in this video for 25% off anything at earldoesn'texist.com. By the way, human reviewer that's going to review my video, I'm letting you know right now, everything in this video is suitable for advertisers. I hate having to get that check, but you guys are gonna check. You guys always check my channel. Everything is censored. Everything is suitable for advertisers. Okay, let's get straight into the video. Danielle Drayton. In 2018, 27-year-old Danielle Drayton would use dating apps such as Tinder and Plenty of Fish in order to lure women into uncomfortable situations and R-word or murder them. Drayton, who lived in New Haven, Connecticut, murdered 29-year-old Samantha Stewart after they went back to her home on July 16th after meeting on Tinder. Samantha was a nurse and seemed to be a very happy and normal girl. Not many of the details of this case are public, I don't know why, but I'll tell you what I've read. Before the murder of Samantha, Drayton had already been committing crimes through the app, specifically charges of an attempted murder of a woman he shared an Uber ride with, and choking and R-wording another woman that he met on Tinder. Now back to Samantha. After
You gotta put some, ladies, you gotta be cautious. There's both genders really, but mainly some of us men. I ain't one of them, but some of the men are just fucked up on the internet. They just use dating apps with the goal to do some fucked up things, and I've never understood it. Just, I can't say meeting women isn't that hard because it's a fucking challenge for me. So, but anyways, we're not gonna get into my fucking dating life. That's a fucking video no one wants to listen to. Anyways. Let's get back to this.
After killing her, Drayton allegedly had sex with her body, then wrapped her in a blanket.
Never mind. I was gonna say why do it, but clearly he's fucked up. He doesn't know. He's just fucked in the head. What am I thinking? Why is he doing? Of course he knows why he's doing. He's fucked up.
In the bedroom and took off with her credit cards. He fleeted in a white van to the JFK airport, where he then used one of her credit cards and flew out to LA. Her family described how he physically left her, and I literally cannot even describe that on YouTube, but just know it is gruesome. Police found him in a North Hollywood hotel, and when they entered his room, he had another girl held hostage in that hotel room. He was sentenced to 25 years to life with no bail. Being on Tinder is dangerous. Being on the internet alone is dangerous. Thankfully, we have a sponsor perfect for today's video. This video is sponsored by Atlas VPN. Atlas VPN is a tool that encrypts and hides your virtual location. When connected to a VPN,
I will never feel I'm just gonna say this. I will never feel I have truly arrived as a YouTuber. So I have 2 different sponsors. A VPN one, even for one video, and Raid Shadow Legends. Although I will make a bigger deal out of Raid Shadow Legends than I would anything else. Because Raid Shadow Legends is the joke of my friend where you do not belong. You do not truly succeed as YouTuber until you are sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
VPN server, your device is connected to a new IP and DNS address. When the traffic arrives at the server, the VPN server decrypts information and allows traffic to access the desired destination. Atlas VPN is available on iPhone, Android, Mac, and PC. Right now, Atlas VPN is running a huge discount. It means you can get a 3-year subscription for just $183 a month with a 30-day money-back guarantee.
Nah, that's sketchy. Nah, no, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. I don't believe you.
Time is running out, so get your deal by clicking the link in the description below. Now, my personal favorite part about Atlas VPN is that you can save money. Yes, save money. So many websites have their pricing adjusted based on the region that your computer is in. With the information provided by cookies and IP addresses, these services know right where you're located. Once you switch your location to something like Brazil, for example, the price in whatever you're looking at will have a huge drop. We've tried this out on many different websites, including airline companies, subscription services like Spotify, YouTube Premium, and Netflix. Again, guys, it means you can get a 3-year subscription for just $183 a month with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you are interested, make sure to click the link in the description below. And now let's get back to the dangerous world of Tinder criminals. Bailey Boswell and Aubrey Trail. All my sources will be linked down below. On November 15th, 2017, Sydney Loof.
You look like a girl that would not have trouble picking up men fucking Tinder. She just has a... I'm sorry, see, I'm the man that doesn't think twice about opinions and just says whatever comes to his mind. Like, she looks like an obsessive ex. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you know the look of it. I'm sorry for being this guy. I'm a mean person. I say her to my... But when if I met her, I would think obsessive ex. Like, that's what I would vision.
Left work for a Tinder date in Wilbur, Nebraska. The day after, Sydney was reported missing after failing to appear at her job. Sydney Irene Loof was born on August 21st, 1993 in Broken Bow, Nebraska. She loved playing basketball and golf while in school, but...
Well, I guess, you know, what's wrong. She's the victim here. But I just say whatever comes to my mind. I know all of you are thinking, you're all watching this going, what a weird individual that just that. It's just how there's no... I need a freaking thing to just stop my brain from saying stupid. I just don't have it. It just says whatever comes out. It's just whatever comes out. Luckily enough, it's usually nothing that like is super bad, but like, you know, just criticize the victim of a crime for no reason.
but developed scoliosis as a teenager, causing her to step away from sports. After graduating from high school in 2011, she worked at her local Menards store. Her mother explained that Sydney suffered from anxiety and major depression. A few days before her disappearance, Sydney discussed her worsening mental health with her family, who scheduled and drove her to a doctor's appointment where she was given antidepressants. Sadly, that was the last time they saw her. Sydney agreed to go on a date with a person she met on Tinder, and that person's name was Audrey. But Audrey was just a fake alias used by a woman named Bailey Boswell. Sydney made sure to ask Boswell twice if anyone else was going to show up on the date, and Boswell lied and said, yeah, we'll be the only two people there. The date was held in a basement that Boswell and her husband Aubrey Trail were renting for about 6 months. Yes, they were renting a basement. The day after, Sydney went on another date with Boswell, and before heading to the date, she posted a Snapchat image captioned, "Ready for my date." On November 16th, which is the day after that, Sydney didn't show up to work. Her mother Susie texted her, unaware that she was...
So this married couple planned to get a girl, go on a date so they could kill her. What? I mean, you're a married couple. Like, what? Like, why? If you want to, you know, explore your avenues and, you know, people out your relationship, I've seen people do it. It's not a, like, I know people do it. It's not a horrible thing. It's weird to me, but, like, I wouldn't look at it and think you're crazy people or whatever, but, like, you know, not wanting that being known and just inviting people over and then killing them, that's when you become a crazy people. You're fucked up in the head for that.
was on this date, but Sydney didn't respond. Susie then reported her missing, and the police ended up checking out her apartment to no avail. Meanwhile, the owner of the duplex that Boswell and Trail were renting out had complained about a horrible bleach odor, and it was all coming from that basement. The smell was so strong that a owner of the landlord's family was throwing up and from that basement. The smell was so strong that a owner of the landlord's family was throwing up and developing hives. It was also strange for them to have the air conditioner going while it's the middle of November. Sydney told several friends about her Tinder date, and one of them was Brooklyn McChrystal. After Sydney's disappearance, Brooklyn McChrystal set out on a mission to find out why she went missing. She remembered Sydney talking about a name, and that name being Audrey. So she made a Tinder account and kept swiping left up until the point that she found a person named Audrey. She then swiped right on that person and was able to get Audrey's phone number, which she then provided to the police. Within 2 days, Saline County.
Suppose Audrey just immediately accepted. Audrey just matched with her immediately. Listen. Tinder is just I think Tinder is a sham here. Tinder's a sham. I've never talked to a single person on that thing. Anytime I match with, they just don't respond to messages or anything, and they're gone within like 24 hours. Tinder's a sham.
Police were able to pin down the Wilbur duplex as the last place where Loof's phone pinged. Police conducted a welfare check, knocking on Boswell and Trail's apartment door, but no one answered. Using the landlord's key, the police entered the apartment, but the only thing that caught their attention was the unavoidable smell of bleach. The next day, the police came back with a search warrant, but again, nothing was really out of the ordinary besides the smell. Search teams led by the FBI and local police department eventually found Sydney's severed remains on December 4th and 5th. They found her dismembered body parts, sex toys, apparel, and other items were found wrapped inside many 30-gallon black trash bags alongside a gravel road, approximately 1 hour west of Wilbur. Part of Sydney's upper arm hasn't been found till this day. Bailey Boswell and Aubrey Trail were charged with first-degree murder, conspiracy to commit murder, and improper disposal of human skeletal remains. Boswell is spending life
improper disposal of human remains. I'm sorry. Do you think serial killers gonna follow the rules of how you think remains should be discarded? What type of crime is that? Listen, the other two are fine. That third one's just weird to me. Like, I don't think they care about that last crime. I don't think any person who kills someone cares about that part of the crime.
Life in prison, and Trail was sentenced to death in 2021.
This is the only thing I have ever done that I feel real regret.
Trail was sentenced to death.
Okay, so the guy was sentenced to death. Woo!
In 2021.
This is the only thing I have ever done that I feel real regret about. In the past, I could justify myself, but not this time. Sydney did nothing but reject my lifestyle and threaten to expose it, and I killed her for it. I could care less what you do to me here today.
A fate that the judge says is appropriate, considering Trail's disregard for human life.
Imposed by the panel on count 1, murder in the first degree, a class 1 felony. The defendant is sentenced to death.
After receiving and reviewing the evidence of the state and the defendant as to the sole aggravating circumstance as alleged by the state, that the murder manifested exceptional depravity by ordinary standards of morality and intelligence, I could not find beyond a reasonable doubt that the state of Nebraska met its burden of proof as to this aggravating circumstance.
Because the 3 judges did not rule unanimously, Boswell was sentenced to life in prison. Boswell showed little reaction to the sentencing, but her attorney remarked that it was an outcome they had hoped for.
In July 2019, 3 other women took the stand to allege that Boswell and Trail had desires to record victims as they torture and kill them before profiting thousands from the sales of these videos. I'm assuming they're talking about snuff films that can be found on the dark web. If you'd like to educate yourself more about the dark web, the weird stuff that goes on over there, I also have a series, a whole playlist dedicated to me browsing the internet's strangest websites.
Would you want me to find this? Would you want me to watch these? I don't know if I want to watch these. These might be a bit weird, but part of me also does. I'm very conflicted on that one.
Anyway, even though these murderers did get what was coming to them, I guess one of them got life in prison, the other one just got sentenced to death, that still won't bring Sydney back. Let's head on over to the next one. Thomas R. This is an extremely odd case that took place on March 6, 2022. Mika Orr was a 21-year-old woman from Massachusetts attending college in the Netherlands. While there, she met a man on Tinder by the name of Thomas R. They went on a couple dates, but the vibe completely changed when she told Thomas R that she was thinking about getting back together with her ex-boyfriend. This was too much for Thomas to handle, and he became extremely...
I mean, I tell you, I mean, he doesn't give him a right to do anything to her or get thing, but I can understand his frustration with her. Like, if they were going on a couple of dates and she was made to believe something was going to happen, then she's just like, hey, I'm going to go get with my ex-boyfriend instead. I can somewhat understand that frustration. Doesn't give him a right to do anything. I'm just saying, I can understand the frustration.
Obsessive. He stalked her by harassing her through WhatsApp, driving up and down her street, and even placed a...
See, that's where it goes off the rails. That's where it goes off the rails. You can be frustrated, but you can't become this obsessive stalker, dude. You can't... No, you can't do that one. That's a little bit too much.
GPS tracker on her bike so he always knows where she's...
A GPS tracker on a bike? How does she not know a GPS tracker was on her bike? I feel I would know if there was... I feel like that's something you would just see. Maybe I'm just stupid, but I would think you would know that. You would notice that's there.
On March 6th at 3:36 in the morning, police got a call that there was a house fire going on. Thomas actually threw an incendiary device into the window of her apartment, forcing the residents to evacuate. He then walked inside the building and stabbed Mika to death. After that, Thomas R. quickly headed to Germany in his car. While on the run, he contacted his parents and told them everything that just happened, and then his parents contacted the local police, and they...
Oh my god, the freaking... Okay, I have a feeling this is some giveaway thing or something that's going on here with these keep popping up. I have no idea what it is and I just don't care, but I have to know, bring it up because they keep catching my eye. Anyways, good on the parents, at least, because those parents try to, like, cover for their son. He's like, yeah, I just set a building on fire and stabbed the girl I like, and they were just like, okay, son, and they hung up the phone, like, we'll call the fucking police. This kid's, all kids went off the rails. What the hell?
Caught him at the German border. He was arrested at 5 in the morning on the same day. I was very confused as to why in every article I read, this guy was referred to as Thomas R. Like, where is the last name? Is it just R? But honestly, I don't know. Every single article calls him Thomas R. Anyway, if there's one thing Mika's father wants students to know, it's this.
When we send our kids to college, we think that they're mature adults.
Mika's father, Michael, tells us his family has lost their light, saying his daughter had a golden heart. While speaking at Sunday's vigil, Michael encouraged people to learn from his daughter's death, saying students need to speak up if something's off, alert a friend, take action, saying if his daughter had known the signs, this could have been different.
I think that if that were in place, then this tragedy may have been avoidable.
Mika's family held a memorial service in the Netherlands for her. They plan on putting one together here. The investigation into the circumstances of her death.
Lauren.
Anytime, I'm going to keep just repeating this, because this is what this thing is. If you're going to do a dating app, you should be smart about it. Don't ever just meet someone... thing. If you get the vibe, if you just get the smallest vibe that there's something off about the person, get out of that situation quickly, because you don't know how far those feelings can go. Just think carefully, think smartly when it comes to dating.
Lauren Smith Fields. On Saturday, December 11th, 2021, 23-year-old Lauren met up with a man she met on Bumble. That man being 37-year-old Michael LaFountain. They hung out at her apartment, drank some tequila, ate food, played games, and watched a movie. You know, the normal things adults do on a date. LaFountain recalls Lauren throwing up and feeling ill, then eventually them both falling asleep on her bed together. Then at 6 a.m., the police get a frantic call from Michael stating Lauren is unresponsive as he's giving her chest compressions. She was pronounced dead at the scene. The controversy begins with how the Bridgeport, Connecticut police handled everything. First off, they didn't notify the...
It's always going to be one of them. There was always going to be a case. There was always going to be a case. Even on Tinder criminals, there will always be a case where police are idiots. Why is it always this one? Why is there always... There didn't even need to be one here. This couldn't have even probably had one. Yet for some reason there is one. There will always be one. Of police just doing something stupid. Why is there always one? I don't get it.
Family when she was pronounced dead.
The whole day goes by. No police reach out to the family at all.
Her close-knit family says they went to the apartment the next day after frantically calling and texting Lauren and were referred to a Detective Cronin.
They didn't even contact us. They didn't let us know anything. It's like crazy. And I'm asking what's going on. He said she met some guy on Bumble. And I'm asking him about the guy. He was like, oh, he sounds like a really nice guy. He sounds like a really good guy. And he was like, I'll call you back, and just hung up in my face.
Instead, the mother had to find out by going to the apartment and then reading a letter on the door that said, said, if you're looking for Lauren, call this number. That number was the landlord's number, and after dialing, he then came over and gave her the phone number of the lead detective, Kevin Cronin. Though the controversy doesn't end there. Lauren's brother called, and upon calling the detective, was told that Lauren, quote, met a white guy on Bumble, but don't worry about that. He's a really nice guy. The family
Why would they say? Like, what happened to her? She met a guy on, well, it's fucking Tinder, but she met a guy on Bumble. He's a nice guy. Don't worry about him. Don't worry about, she's dead, but don't worry about the guy. Don't worry about, he's a nice guy. Nice guy. What a random fucking thing to say.
family waited for Detective Cronin after calling several times, but then took matters into their own hands and found evidence of their own. In her apartment, they found bottles of alcohol, a blood-stained sheet, an overturned plate of food, a sedative pill, and a used condom.
The family says they provided evidence they'd collected to crime scene investigators who arrived for the first time that day, included a bloody sheet and a pill.
And 2 cups of...
So wait, you're telling me the crime scene people, the police never looked at the fucking crime scene? They didn't look around to see what was going on. They just took the body and said, okay, listen, you're a nice guy from Bumble, right? We're just gonna leave you be. Here you go. Have a nice day. What the fuck? How will police... This is like, how is it... This is one where it's like, this isn't even hard to do. This was the easiest one to do, and yet they somehow messed it up.
Like drinks or whatever next to a bottle. They didn't take none of that. We seen a condom, we seen lube, other stuff in there. They didn't take none of this.
Due to the lack of professional help from the station, people online were demanding something be done about this. Was this due to Lauren being a black woman and the last person seeing her alive being a white man? We'll never know. But what we do know is that this case was handled horribly. Because of the...
I'm about to say, because like this is a scenario where just literally police just could not care less about this case. Police could not have cared about this case. They didn't want to do any info in. They didn't want to do any crime. They didn't care. They just looked at the white guy. Thought the white guy was a nice guy apparently, and the black girl now just died. Look, not looking into this one. This is why this always causes problems. Police cause their own fucking problems when it comes to public backlash. It's never a case where the people do anything. If there's a problem against, it's usually because police do something fucking stupid that didn't need to be fucking stupid in the fucking first place.
Increased attention to Lauren's case on social media, the Connecticut Office of Chief Medical Examiner released her cause of death: acute intoxication due to the combined effects of fentanyl, promethazine, hydroxyzine, and alcohol. Her death was ruled an accident. As for Michael LaFountain, his attorney said he wasn't a person of interest anymore.
Anyone that genuinely cared and they were there, the last person there, and they know.
Oh, this is just fucked up. This is oh my god, this is gonna be another time I have to just shoot him, please. Cause this is race filled. You can't even tell me otherwise.
That nothing bad happened.
This could be the easiest crime to ever go open and shut, I feel. But for some reason, they just didn't give a fuck. This is race filled.
You would at least even reach out to the family yourself. Like, listen, I know I'm sorry for your loss of your daughter or your sister.
Checking out the family's GoFundMe page, it seems like the last update was in February of this year, stating that the 2 lead detectives that were on this case were put on administrative leave and one was resigned. Which, by the way, the one that wasn't fired was quietly brought back a few months later. The case is still ongoing, and it seems that publicly, Michael LaFountain hasn't faced any type of repercussion. Jessie Kempson, 22-year-old Grace Mullane, was reported missing in 2018. Originally from Britain, she traveled to Auckland, New Zealand on her own. Her father quickly traveled to New Zealand after she didn't pick up her phone and tried his best to get people to find his missing daughter.
I would like to take this opportunity to appeal to anybody who has seen, spoken to, or come into contact with Grace over the last few days, and to come forward with any detail, no matter how small, and contact the investigation team. Once again, I thank you all for coming.
Investigators looked through cameras and found her hanging out with a man that she had met on Tinder. They hung out in Sky City, which is like a plaza where you can also get drinks. Then they headed to a Mexican cafe. They drank some.
Oh, I know this one. Okay, I know this one. We've seen this one before. We've seen this clip and all that before.
More. Then they headed to yet another bar, and Grace actually texted a friend from back in England and said that she clicked really well with this guy. They then headed to this man's hotel room. What happened that night? I think you guys can guess, but he sadly murdered Grace by strangulation. The police found out Jesse Kempson had strangled Melaine to death, crammed her into a suitcase, and then taken her body to a wooded area. When interviewed by authorities, Kempson explained that she just wanted to be choked and they were both into that.
She started talking to me about 50 Shades of Grey, which is a sex fantasy movie that's out. We started having sex. At first it was just normal. It was very placid, and then she asked me if we could get into bondage.
But he went to sleep in the shower. Yeah, he went to sleep in the shower and woke up to her dead on the bed.
And then all I remember is falling asleep in the shower. I need to stop. I need to go.
I had a thought on this version of events, but I don't even want to actually get into it, so I'm actually just going to leave it be.
Would you like some fresh air?
Yeah, please. I was in shock. I didn't know what to do.
Pathologist, specialist doctor will perform a post-mortem. Yeah. They're very skilled at establishing people's causes of death. Do you understand that? Yeah. Did you kill Grace Mullane? Okay. You're under arrest for the murder of Grace Mullane on or about the 2nd of December. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, pretty believable story. Pretty believable story. Jesse pleaded not guilty and maintained his innocence throughout the entire trial, but the judge decided otherwise and sentenced him to life in prison. It was also revealed that he's other women that he met on the app as well. Before I end this one off, I just want to say rest in peace to all the victims I've talked about, and if there are any GoFundMes for these victims, I will be linking all of them in the description below. Alright.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this reaction video. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all for the next one.